You've probably heard doctors say, follow a Mediterranean diet. But what does that really mean, especially if you have AFib? Today, I'll explain what the Mediterranean diet actually is, why it matters for AFib, and the key do's and don'ts to make it practical for your daily life. So why does this actually matter? The foods you eat don't just affect your weight and blood pressure, they can directly influence your AFib episodes. Research actually shows that the Mediterranean diet with extra virgin olive oil lowers new AFib risk and reduces recurrence after an AFib ablation. So you add in weight loss, alcohol avoidance, and minimizing processed foods, and you can dramatically improve your chances of staying in normal rhythm. So what is the Mediterranean diet? Well, the Mediterranean diet isn't a restaurant menu. It's actually a pattern of eating. The foundation of this diet is vegetables, fruits, beans, nuts, and whole grains every day. In terms of fats, using extra virgin olive oil is the main fat. Use it for cooking and for salads. Prioritize extra virgin olive oil 2 to 4 teaspoons daily across meals. Proteins. This has to do more with fish and seafood a few times per week. Beans and lentils often, poultry and eggs in moderation. Yogurt or kefir as healthy dairy options. In terms of flavoring, using herbs, garlic, and citrus instead of salt. A traditional Mediterranean diet includes red wine, but if you really have AFib, alcohol is best avoided. So for a Mediterranean diet, you want to think plant-based, olive oil rich, fish forward, low processed foods. So here's the science and what to eat most of the days. Mediterranean diet plus extra virgin olive oil lowers your AFib risk and AFib recurrence. You need to minimize processed foods and red meat. In terms of fats, you need to prioritize extra virgin olive oil, 2 to 4 teaspoons per day across your meals. For your proteins, you want to mostly eat fish, seafood 2 to 3 times a week, plus beans, lentils, yogurt. For poultry, do it in moderation and minimize processed foods and red meat. For carbs, choose minimally processed ones that are high fiber carbs. Avoid extreme low carb plans, which has actually been associated with a higher incidence of AFib, possibly from those diet plans having reduced fruits and vegetables, and that leads to higher oxidative stress on your body. In terms of flavoring and your blood pressure, you want to use herbs, citrus, garlic. Keep your sodium levels low, especially if you're a high salt eater. You want to have diets that keep you well hydrated and replenish your electrolytes, such as potassium-rich foods, leafy greens, beans, squash, avocados. These help reduce your rhythm and cause your AFib to be more stable. Check with your doctor if you have chronic kidney disease or are on potassium-raising medications because you don't want to raise your potassium levels too high. Now, other things you can do, weight loss. Even a 10% decrease in your weight, if you're dramatically overweight, can dramatically increase your chances of staying in normal rhythm and out of AFib. So what about alcohol? Alcohol is a powerful trigger, and in randomized trials, cutting it out reduced atrial fibrillation recurrence. Even small amounts can be a trigger. Caffeine. If coffee clearly triggers your atrial fibrillation, cut back. Otherwise, you typically don't need to avoid it because in general, it hasn't always been shown to be a trigger for most people. What about sugary and diet sodas? Both of these are linked with higher incidences of AFib. So swap in water, unsweetened tea, or coffee. Ultra-processed foods. Things like packaged snacks, deli meats, instant noodles, most fast food, these cause increased sodium, added sugars, and additives, and they do increase your amounts of AFib. Things like omega-3 fish oil pills. The high-dose capsules of these actually increase your AFib risk in randomized trials. So get omega-3s from actual fish, not supplements. For those patients who are diabetic, or pre-diabetic. Your goal is steady blood sugar. It's actually the glucose variability and not the actual number which is important and is what's associated with higher incidence of AFib. So pair your carbs with proteins, fibers, and avoid big sugary drinks. You just don't want that fluctuation of your blood sugar. Salt. High sodium intake drives blood pressure and causes more atrial fibrillation. So get it down by avoiding processed foods. And for those patients who are on the old blood thinner warfarin or Coumadin, don't avoid greens. Keep your vitamin K intake consistent. Otherwise, your warfarin or Coumadin levels might be all over the place. So, week to week, you need to dose your warfarin around your diet routine. So, here are the do's and don'ts. Do's: swap your fats. Instead of butter, seed oils, use extra virgin olive oil daily. Patty salad or bean dish daily. Eat fish and seafood 2 to 3 times per week. Include beans, lentils 3 times per week. Snack on nuts and fruits. Season your food with herbs and spices instead of salt. Keep your greens consistent if you're on warfarin. Don'ts: don't drink alcohol, or if you're going to, keep it to less than 3 drinks per week if that's unavoidable. Don't drink sugary or diet soda. Don't eat processed meats or fried fast food. Don't follow extreme low-carb keto diet. Do it in moderation. Don't take high-dose fish oil supplements. Don't overdo high-salt packaged foods. So, what foods to avoid? Alcohol, that's the top trigger. Sugary and artificially sweetened beverages. Processed meats and fried foods. Frozen packaged meals that are high in sodium. Packaged snack foods. Fish oil supplements in pill form. So here's your quick takeaways. If you only remember 2 things. Number 1, base your diet on a Mediterranean pattern, meaning plants, olive oil, fish, beans, nuts, and whole grains. Number 2, cut out alcohol, sodas, and processed foods. That's the most evidence-based way to reduce your atrial fibrillation burden. I'm Dr. Scott Lee, and I hope this helps. I hope this helps you make food choices that are calming, not triggering, of your AFib and your heart. If you found this useful, please share it with somebody that has AFib. And check out the AFib food guide listed below this video for a simple 1-page summary and sample meals. I hope this helps, and thanks for watching. For everything atrial fibrillation related, please feel free to go to my website, drscottlee.com, where you're going to find more resources and also can follow me on social media.